up, Joel?
The sky and rent.
And the rent.
The rent prices are up, man. I heard these guys in here in the studio audience talking about how rent prices are up, criticizing people's prices and shit, about gringo pricing and gouging
Gringo
and stuff.
pricing.
So the rent's up, the sky's up. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing today. Today's gonna be a good episode. I'm already a little buzzed.
Yeah. It seems like every time this woman's in the studio, we are buzzed before the start of the episode. I think we get nervous.
Things happen.
Yeah, somebody called us a blue pill boy or something like that. Maybe that's why we get drunk when there's females around.
I am a blue pill boy. I gotta take my Viagra before the show.
Before the episode, you gotta do it.
Noted for questions later.
What is that in your hand there? You gotta...
Alright, so yes, hello, I'm Lita Candela, La Veneca, again, taking over.
Yeah.
And today, I'm gonna be asking the questions, alright? Which will be this?
Boss lady.
She got the questions
She
there.
got
I
the
do,
question.
I do.
You got
like,
hot.
I'm a nerd, yeah.
Totally.
So, if I do it big. So you can see,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
going into these gentlemen secrets, maybe.
Secrets.
I don't know.
Secrets.
That's what they call him.
Ryan
They call
Secrets.
him Andrew Victoria Secrets Macia.
The
Welcome
secrets.
to episode number 59. We're about to kick it off. Special guest special host
Please.
Lita Candela. She's gonna rip it. She's gonna take it away. Let's hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to episode 59. My name is Andrew Macia.
I'm Joel Duncan.
And you are?
Lita Candela.
And today, on this episode, Joel, Lita is going to interview us.
She says it. She's gonna be the boss.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you said you're going to be the boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I said this. I'm not bossy. I'm the boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I said.
This is like literally your hour of fame here because
See?
literally she told me a little bit earlier so people can understand. She said, I didn't tell you could speak yet. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what is this? It's not like a courtroom. It's
Yeah,
a
no,
podcast.
but then I said, now you can speak.
Okay, now we can speak. And so how did this start? Why is she sitting in the
in the hot seat? Well, she wanted to be the host, I think.
She did, or we asked her? I think we
No,
asked
I
her.
think she wanted to be
care,
from
I'm here.
birth. Like,
From birth.
From birth. That's like a God-given thing.
We might get fired.
It was going to happen.
Yeah.
No, I think it was because a lot of people online were asking because you, on her episode, which was 57,
Yeah.
asked the audience, like, hey, if anybody would want to
10 people.
watch this.
10.
Yeah.
10 people responded
It was hard.
and said yes. So
They didn't just say yes, she paid them or something. like free
They're my
art
family.
for-
I said it here like 10, that's my family, done.
Yeah. And I think it
it's
did
true.
happen.
All
It was your
10
entire
family
family,
members.
all with
Kinda.
your last name.
Family and
Candela.
friends. Family and friends. But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm here. So
yeah, so we're here, and now Lita gets to ask us some questions. We have not seen the questions at all.
Yeah.
We have not. We don't know what she's asking. We know that they're on that piece of paper there.
Looks like a fourth grader's homework.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Is that a flame?
This is
That's
a
a
flame.
candela.
Thank you
I like
very
it, I
much.
like it, I
Thank
like
you very
it,
much.
a candela.
Es una
I like it.
candelita.
You look great, by the way, Lita.
Thank
Lovely
you.
new glasses, I see.
Thank you.
She was
Not
wearing
really
the same
bad.
glasses.
Yeah,
See,
I know.
but thank you though. That's a good way to start.
Yes, you
because
look
I'm
lovely.
I'm
You
getting
look lovely.
hard this one. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be mean.
I could say something too, but someone would criticize me. And I'm getting hard. Anyway, never
So
mind.
today we're drinking some Diplomatico, which is in honor of our Venezuelan host, some Venezuelan rum. Diplomatico, Venezuelan rum.
Getting very
And
drunk.
we've got a bit of Stella Artois.
Courtesy of PriceSmart.
Yes, Price Mart.
Some wife beaters.
Yeah, that's what they call them down in the the U of the K.
down,
isn't it?
down in the UK.
Yeah.
We got some wife beaters. So I guess we're gonna have to get started, right?
Yes, I guess you're gonna have to shut up and listen
Right.
to me and
I'm
answer
listening,
to
I'm
my
listening.
questions.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
So
All right.
let's start from the beginning. That's what
That's
we
a good
usually
place
do.
to start.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did this happen? Where did you guys meet?
Well, I was at a gay bar and
Okay.
and
I
I,
saw
saw
this.
Joel in the distance
Okay.
wearing his flowered hat. No.
Okay, makes total sense.
No.
I had my eyes. I had, I
So
had
what do
these-
you mean? How did this start?
No, I mean,
What
I
is the
know
question?
that
Every time a woman
maybe
comes on this show, she always gives these like
no,
type of.
no. When I get there, you'll see. Okay,
Okay, so
we haven't got there.
What's the pointing?
So here's the thing. I understand that maybe you have said on other episodes like how did you guys meet and
Okay.
how did you ended up here in Medellin, blah blah blah. But let's pretend You haven't.
Yeah.
So give me a short description of how you got to be friends.
Let me tell you something. You know how love stories go? You know, the guy has his version. He was like, I looked over, I was like, yo! And she was like, oh my God. And then the girl's like, oh my God, and her eyes met, and then there was this scent of perfume and blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna let Andrew go first.
Yeah.
And tell his version, and then I'm gonna tell my version after.
Yeah, so if I were to have met Joel in California, we would have never been friends.
Ooh, what? I'm my own audience.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. Why is... Wait, what?
Why? Why is that?
Because when I met Joel here 10 years ago, I met him through the Medellin Entrepreneur Society, which was a group on Facebook that me, Juan Cano, and Brent Murillo started on Facebook, and we would meet up because we all had businesses, and we'd meet up with maybe 2 other people or 3 other people, and then eventually it grew, and Joel was kind of like the second generation that moved in to that group, and they came in to that group, and when I saw Joel and the person that he was traveling with, it wasn't like the type of people that I hang out with, like because.
He said it.
Yeah. Well, because
he
of
just
what?
said it.
Because of what? Because of what?
Because I was broke and they weren't.
Necessarily. Okay.
I was back. 10
I was
years
faking
ago,
it. I was broke.
10 years ago, yeah, and I guess like his the things that he likes and stuff like that are different. The thing that we had a lot in common was partying. Like we like to go dance. We like women. And we'd hang out and every weekend. So like I'd only see Joel on the weekends when we first met.
Okay.
And that was our kinship was like drinking and partying.
You just saw a good fun version of him.
Yeah.
Because you were having fun. So tell me your version of this story. Is it accurate?
It's pretty accurate. I mean, we heard of. I don't even actually know how. Oh yeah, Dwayne and Jasmine. I think Jasmine was a
part of the
joined this entrepreneurship group, and you know, I recently. It's been about a year, or not a year. Sorry, about 6 months since I left my job back in Canada, and I would not. I studied business, but I would never consider myself at that point an entrepreneur. I had a little blog, and we heard about this group, and we were like, hell, it's something good to do. We're gonna go meet some new foreigners. And we showed up there. I remember we were sitting at the back. Joseph Lee was probably on Instagram because I don't know what else he did. I still don't know what he does. And later it was like, so where are we going tonight? And we all, the entrepreneurs, went out to party. And Andrew's right. Like literally it was like, what's happening? We used to have these meetings every Saturday actually.
Yeah.
So we'd meet up at a cafe. At the time it was called Astorga Cafe, and it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
So we would meet up at Astorga Cafe. We shoot the shit a little bit. They would talk about business. Andrew and the other people would give speeches. I had nothing to talk about because I had nothing to offer at that point. To be quite honest, I just had everything to take, and we would party. And literally, that's it. We literally partied. And at the time, Dwayne, who left for some reason, the person I used to roommate with, had a PlayStation.
Okay.
And he had FIFA on there, and I think me and Andrew bonded a lot over
Matchmaker,
FIFA.
yeah.
I'd just come over and just trash them real quick and then go home. And they'd get mad. Dwayne threw a remote control outside the window one time because I'd come into his home and beat him at FIFA. And I told you, I'm coming into your own house and beating you.
To kick your ass, okay.
Yeah, and he was very mad at that.
Okay, so we used to bond over FIFA and party. That's it.
Okay, so I have a question. How did you came from Canada? Why did you say Medellin? And where are you originally from? California.
I'm from a different planet.
Okay.
That's
good. That's good.
I'm not from this planet, but if you're talking about my maternal planet, my maternal place, I was born in Colombia. I was born in Bogotá, so technically I'm a Rolo.
Tú eres un Rolo.
Soy un Rolo, pero I guess I don't really have
the Rolo accent. Okay.
El Rolo accent.
Exactly. So he's Rolo. Okay.
So technically I'm Rolo, but obviously I lived there maybe 2 years of my life when I was a baby and before I could talk. And then we immigrated to the United States. Okay. And
how old were you though?
When I was four years old when we immigrated to the United States to California.
And how old were you when you came back?
I was 29. Well, I came back because I didn't know Colombia. I lived my whole life in the United States and illegally for a long time. And then when I could come back and travel, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to like check it out because
You wanted to say your roots.
My roots and so many crazy stories about.
Is that when you got into K-pop?
I love it.
I don't know. He's like he's the hugest K-pop fan, by the way. If you want to know something, you just don't know it's.
No, I hate K-pop.
I love K-pop.
Yeah, but I love Koreans, but I'm not a K-pop.
Okay,
fan.
good.
Yeah,
And what about you?
Well, I was born in Bucaramanga many years ago.
Lying.
And
close to Bucaramanga, I guess, Guyana.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna big up Canada because I'm Canadian, and at this particular point in my life, I consider myself a lot more Canadian than I do to Guyana, where I was born. Although I still say I'm Guyanese, Canadian.
Yeah.
And Guyana is your neighbor to Venezuela. And
so we have been neighbors. Forever.
We've been neighbors, but not friendly neighbors, because I'm gonna throw this out there to all of you Venezuelan motherfuckers. You guys had the oil for a very long time.
Go, yeah.
We didn't have shit. Guyana does not have shit. We had the Jim Jones massacre. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, the Guinness Book of World Records for the biggest mass suicide in the world is from my country.
Some white guy came down and brought a bunch of other white people and killed them all.
And had suicide.
We should have more of that, guys. We should have more of that. For all my white people, go into cults where you guys kill each other.
And the Guyanese. Anyway, so that's my bitter bit. And I migrated to Canada when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And
what made you come from Canada? Here
I wanted to get away from Canada.
But why Medellin?
I did not come to Medellin originally. I was going to travel. So my thing was I was going to leave my marketing, nice, cushy job as a single dude living, a yuppie guy living in Toronto.
That's why I would not be friends with him in California.
Boom!
So I was that yuppie guy.
Exactly.
But there's a lot. Yuppie in the sense that I like to make money. So I was part of that. I integrated into the yuppie culture in Canada, but soon I realized that from day one it wasn't for me. I took 4 years in Canada when I moved from Mexico back to Canada to decide I never want to be here again unless I'm vacationing. So I took 4 years. I left there and I said I'm just going to travel across Central and South America from all the way down. I'm going to do this travel blog. I'm going to discover myself. I'm going to find myself. And I found myself in Medellin.
In Medellin?
I found myself hanging out in Medellin and partying for 3 to 4 months. I came to celebrate my birthday on September 19th, so you guys can send me presents.
Which birthday was that?
Why do we have to throw the age out there, Lita? Why is that was something? I think
this is me in charge. So what age was that?
My 31st birthday.
Okay, thank you very much.
So I left. I had a young midlife crisis when I left Canada. And I was in Cartagena, and they said, man, if you're going to celebrate your birthday, you have to go to this place called Medellin. And I used to watch, anybody that's seen Entourage, they always talk about this place, Medellin. So I came here and I stayed for 4 months.
Okay, original, yeah.
And that's literally, I got stuck here because I fell in love with the city.
Awesome. Why Medellin? If you were originally from Bogota.
So originally I came in 2010 to Bogota, and I stayed there for 6 months. With a cousin, and it was awesome meeting family that I've never known in my life, but it was like meeting strangers, right? It's like you meet people that you've never met in your life that grew up completely different in a different country. It's like there was like it was weird. It was weird. It was definitely weird. But it was cool. It was really cool to see people that I've never met and that we have pictures when I was a baby with, but I never knew them. But then I got bored of Bogota. Bogota for me is like a great place to go on the weekend for like a weekend because there's parties, there's things to do. You go to the museums. It's a big city. There's things to do. But to live, it's like, oh man, it's a headache.
I keep it.
Trying to move there. Traffic, transportation.
Cold.
It's cold. It's rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're walking home and your socks are always wet for some reason. Yeah, it's terrible. So anyway, my friend Scott, you know Scott.
Scott John Jism?
Scott John Jism, Scott Dallinger, came down from Orange County and he said, I love Sofia Vergara and I need to find a Sofia Vergara in my life.
Vergara.
Who does not love Sofia Vergara?
Thank you, Sofia.
So he came down and he's like, when we were in Bogota and we were there he was there for a week and he's like, I have 6 months in Colombia. Let's go to different locations. Let's go to Medellin. So we came here. And we both, like, immediately, we stayed at the Black Sheep Hostel. Shout out to Calvin.
African American sheep.
Yeah.
Black Sheep.
The Black Sheep Hostel. Yeah. Calvin was like basically the first person I met in Medellin was Kelvin, and we stayed there. And then a week after, we went to El Éxito and looked on the bulletin board, which still exists, and it's probably the most underrated place to find an apartment is the bulletin board at the Éxito in Calle 10. And we found a place to stay, and we rented it for like pennies on the dollar, really, here in El Poblado. This was like 10 years ago. And when we got here, we just both fell in love with it. We were like, yeah, this is where we want to stay for a while. So the plan was 6 months, and those 6 months.
4 and 6.
Yeah, 10.
So
10
No, my plan was like to party for my birthday. I stayed.
So not even a month.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was planning to go to the Ushuaia, I think it's called, at the bottom of Chile or Argentina, and to go to the end of South America at the bottom. That was my great plan.
So that's interesting because you didn't come here looking for a new life. So you just came here to find maybe fun, maybe to get to see new people, blah, blah, blah. And then it became a new life.
It did.
So I have a question. What would you say to people that are actually planning to come here to find a new life? They know they want to come here to live.
Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you. I do this question.
You made that up on your own, didn't you? You're so smart.
That was so hard.
I don't know, Joel, you want to answer that?
Well, I mean, we talked about this, I think, on some other shows, because we've got some people that are like, I'm going to go to Medellin, I'm going to move there. And I'm like, you're going to move? Have you been here? And they haven't even been here. Those are the real hardcore guys.
Yeah.
Guys, and no women don't do that.
A disclaimer, on average, I play basketball, and I have a big group, or we started it, a big group called Medellin Basketball Association, and over 6,000 members. And we see a lot of people come into to Medellin to play, and they want to do exercise, so they'll play basketball with us. And I would say 80% of those people, 8 out of 10, will have high hopes. They're like, I love Medellin. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to find something to do. And right when I hear that word, I'm going to find something to do, I know they're going to be here less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Because no one just finds something to do in Medellin.
Exactly. That's my question. What would you say to that people? Because I understand that it worked for you because you had zero expectations. So everything was super nice to you, right? But when you come here with high expectations because you saw maybe, a show, maybe you read something. Medellin is lovely, but if you come waiting to find something like that, I don't know if that's the right way to come here.
I think it is Medellin anywhere in the world, man. Like, you can't go to, like, I'm going to go to France and I'm going to make it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't.
I can, but most people
can't. Yeah, I think that, Andrew and I, and you asked how we met and whatever, I think we have very similar mindsets, values in a certain way. We're like, we're going to fucking flip the world on its head, and we're going to do this, and we can do this, and we can do this. We are the prettiest men on earth, believe me, in our heads, I think.
No, I'm not.
Okay, in my head I am. I'm a pretty motherfucker.
In my head, I know where I
got
stand.
this bar, this full barba here. You see this? This motherfucker is brilliant.
All right.
Anyways, let's go back to that. I just need to let you guys know in case you think that I don't. I know. But I think that we have this mindset where exactly like I'm joking about this, but I've got the best beard in the world.
I'm not.
No, but I'm serious. That's the way that I think that I look at everything, and I came here very like blind, and I have a very like sort of arrogant, almost arrogance to me, which is in terms of intelligence, and I can do whatever I want and blah blah blah. I don't know where I got that from. I picked it up in a movie or something. Not everybody's like that.
All right.
But one of the biggest things I would say for those people that just want to come here is have some cash flow, because Medellin can be the most beautiful place, but it can break your fucking heart if you don't have a way to make money and continue like your lifestyle. Like, and you come here and you meet this guy that has a penthouse and a view of this and a view of that and da-da-da. Even if you have savings, which I had a little bit of savings when I came here, those savings will go if you don't have a way to make money. And a lot of people, like Andrew knows this, will be like, yeah, I'm going to go. And Andrew did this, actually. You taught English. Yeah. And there's a lot of people like, I'm going to come down there and find a job. You're like, find a job? You're going to come to Medellin from a first world nation to a developing nation to find a job? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
do not do that.
And if you don't speak the language...
Worse.
That's just
worse.
being stupid.
I'm taking Spanish classes with Carla Speaks Spanish. Or Carla what?
She taught you your Spanish?
No, I took some advanced classes with Carla because I'm advanced.
Okay. So that was another question. you spoke Spanish because, well, your family. That's right?
Yeah.
How did you get to speak Spanish, Joe? Because you speak good Spanish. And I think that's one of the questions people ask themselves before coming here. Like, if I don't know the language, what would I do? And if I want to learn, how can I do it?
So Andrew speaks actually great Spanish, and he doesn't know this, but I was very jealous for many years because we weren't on the same level. You just go over like the people and I'd be like, oh fuck, I don't know what they're saying, and I just dance. But honestly, you do not have to speak Spanish to live in Medellin. That's the first thing. We have friends. We're not gonna call their names out. We talked about this on dating.
They've been
and
on
stuff
the
like
podcast.
that. Yeah, I mean, they come here. They know not a word of Spanish, and next thing you know, 2 weeks later, they're dating a beautiful woman.
We'll get there.
We'll get there at some point. But if you want to interact with people here, and you want to have a really a deeper experience of Colombia, of Medellin, of Venezuelan people to understand why they're here and all that, you need to learn Spanish, right? You can get by like most expats and gringos in the world, but I would suggest you can totally get by. You can live here until you learn Spanish. But your experience will change dramatically the minute that you begin to learn. Even after, I would say, 5 classes, 10 classes, you can sit there, lay there, and just listen. And you can date, you can meet friends, you can do whatever. And your experience in general in the city begins to change with language. You understand what you're ordering at a restaurant. It just enriches your experience. So I would say, yes, you can come here without Spanish. You can settle in without Spanish, right away get into Spanish classes, because you want the richest experience while you're here.
Good.
What about you?
Well, I mean, I knew Spanish when I was a kid, but yeah, to his answer, to add to that, I've met many people, like I said, playing basketball with them that know zero Spanish, but they live not in Poblado, they live like in Belén, they live in Robledo. I've seen like gringos like
no
straight
touristic
up
areas.
White, blue eyes, blonde hair, living in Prado Centro. And I'm like, you live in Prado Centro?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's great. I'm like, it's great.
Yeah, you're Colombian. It doesn't matter if you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, but in like 6 months, they'll be speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
They'll be speaking. The location does matter. Like if you come here and you're like, I hear you're going to party near Parque Jerez, and you get your apartment near Parque Jerez.
Croquis
when lugar. Like, this is not where you're going to learn that stuff. I would say, take your ass to Belén, even Envigado, which is getting, a little more foreign, and learn your Spanish and then come back over here. You're not coming here to Poblado to learn your Spanish and because you'll be surrounded by people like us.
All right, well, those were my general easy questions. Done. Now we're getting into real stuff.
Real stuff, okay.
Can I ask you how long it took you to make this little...
Can we do a shot before some real stuff?
See, please. Yes.
What is that? What material is that made from?
I will tell you something. Like, for real, I understand there are a lot of questions that people that, listen to the podcast has.
Yeah.
So today we probably will not answer those because I want to get into gossip. Okay,
it's a gossip.
Quiero el chisme.
All right, so this is the chisme.
Yo quiero el chisme. I don't care.
Podcast.
All right, so yes, Colombia.
Candela.
Those see my question. Yes, I want the candela thing.
Right,
so
candela.
Those were the easy.
What material is that made from?
Esto es cartulina. Ya no sé cómo se dice en inglés.
Importada de Venezuela.
Ajá. Y recortadita por una Venezuela. Se puso loco esto.
Paper mache.
Paper mache. Let's just do a half of this,
sí.
guys, because we want to be mature. Okay. All right. Thanks.
This is a half shot.
Okay.
Right. So. Long story short, Medellin, awesome place to live. If you got any questions about being an entrepreneur, ask them here below the video. If you had any other question, fine, we will answer that. Now, let's get into personal
Lita, are
things.
your eyes closing down?
What's that?
Are your eyes?
No.
¿Están cerrando tus ojos?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No.
Because so all the people that this is a public service announcement for all the people that look out here and talk about all these different things and put their criticism out here. Let's see how she does today. We did with 58 episodes we've done so far, and we handle our liquor. We handle our liquor.
It's really hard.
But let's see where she goes. We got half an hour. Let's see when this rum kicks in.
I've got nothing to lose. So
true.
Okay. So first question I've got, because you said when I came to Medellin I found myself. How is that? Tell me more. You said it like 2 minutes ago. You said I wanted to find myself, and I did here in Medellin. Yes, I have the video. It's recorded.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I actually would like to say that Medellin found me.
Oh, tell me more.
I know that sounds cliche, but Medellin
more.
found me because I was not looking for Medellin.
Okay.
I think, it's really, I don't know what episode it was, but I talked about it. When I came to Medellin, it was 2011, and I took a bus all the way from Cartagena. It was a 16-hour bus ride. And I looked around, I'm like, why is there so much clay brick ladrillo everywhere? Like, what the hell is this? Have they never heard of other colors? It's just all this one thing. And I looked at it, and we pulled into Poblado, and I'm like, this is clean. This is cool. I got out, the weather was perfect, the trees were great. And it found me. Okay. I literally said there was something even in the air at that particular point, which wasn't as polluted as it is today. And my family asked me the same thing. They're like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Colombia." I'm like, "I want to be here for a while." They're like, "Drugs?"
I mean,
well, I was like, maybe. I'm experimenting with a few things, but we'll see how that goes. But
women.
Everybody assumes that it's the women, and honestly, it's a big part. Oh, it's actually I'll put it out there.
Please do.
You show up. Okay, I'm like gonna celebrate 10 years in September of being in Medellin, and still, I wake up and I walk outside, or sometimes I look out my window and I'm like, Jesus Christ, sorry God and all my God-fearing people, where the hell am I? There's beautiful people everywhere. The definition of beauty gets changed. What you want to date and what you think of beauty is just gets thrown out the window. I go back to Canada, I'm like, where am I? Why are these ugly people?
You don't like those?
Those.
Women? Canadian women?
I love Canadian women.
All right, good answer.
Also in the sense, like, he likes Canadian women in the sense that, you may like cows.
Okay.
Or a whale.
Wow. Okay.
I haven't seen many Canadian women.
Have you seen a cow?
I have.
Have you seen a whale?
See.
Put them together, and you.
Wow. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over
what
here.
What about you, Andrew?
I don't like Canadian women.
Cows, did you find yourself in Medellin?
Or elephants? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sorry, but the Me Too movement.
No. Feel free to hate. Feel free to hate. Like, for real.
We lost our women demographic a long time ago.
Yeah.
So wait, what was the question?
Right, that he said he found himself, like, I'm thinking spiritually, maybe, here in Medellin. No? Okay, I said it, spiritually. Did you?
Spiritually?
Yeah, like...
No.
Andrew found his erection.
I've done a lot of drugs, tell you that. And I have seen God, I guess, to do those drugs.
Which
but I don't
ones?
know if I found him or he found me.
All right.
Name one.
Yeah?
Name a drug, and I'll tell you if I've done it.
Ayahuasca.
Yes.
Okay. Did you do ayahuasca?
Anything that you can... Actually, ayahuasca is one of the drugs I have never done.
Uh-huh.
And you don't like throwing up.
All right, so I've got a deep question for both, right? So think your answer.
Okay.
What if you could come back to the Andrew or Joel from the day you came here to Medellin, knowing what you know right now about life in general? Oh, yeah. What would you tell to that, Andrew? What would you tell to...
I gotta think about
I already know.
Okay, good.
Wait, 10 years ago?
See?
If I met Andrew 10 years ago?
Like when you came to... Wait, not before.
When you came to me.
I'm like, max out your credit cards on Bitcoin, motherfucker.
Good.
Yeah, like max them out. Buy Bitcoin right now. 10 years ago, that's the only advice. And then go party.
That's good.
Go get a teaching job.
What about you?
Cash flow. Have cash flow. All right. I mean, he's right. Like I wasn't in this whole digital world back then. I'm like a traditional hardcore marketer from back in Canada. But I would literally say, don't forget this hippie ass bullshit that shit will work itself out.
Good.
Shit works itself out. It does work itself out.
Good, yes.
But in the Bible, and I know that because I grew up in the church, it says faith without works is death. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have many work. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of faith that shit would work out. And it was back when you said it worked out, but it could have been a shorter way to work out, which is if you had some cash flow, have a basement apartment that you lease, and you can have like $200, $300 a month. Have a teaching job online that you teach English, Mandarin, whatever, and you make your $7. Have something.
So be more global.
No, but don't have a bank account and think because you saved a bit of money and you're a foreigner, you're gonna go to a foreign place and just it's gonna figure itself out. No, you figure it out before you move. Figure it out. Figure a little bit out before you move. That would be my advice to me at that particular point.
Good. So I have a question. How did you ended up being a tour guide?
I thought you were going to say black.
How'd you end up being black, Joel?
My father.
Tell us about that. No. How did you end up being the snake whisperer of the jungle?
In Mexico.
In Mexico.
Well, you know,
And
sometimes
you were also
I
a
look at
tour
my
guide.
snakes.
All right, a different type of snake.
Is that like
But
a gay innuendo?
snake is a snake.
The snake whisperer of Mexico.
Joel, the snake
Whoa.
whisperer. Wow.
So
You've been on my Instagrams? Is that
you
what's
told
going
me
on?
this actually.
That I told you I was a snake whisperer?
No, that you were
Okay.
a tour guide on the jungle, and I got curious.
I was 24 years old. Mm-hmm. I was I graduated from university about a year before, and I was literally depressed with the life I was living because I was just doing research and writing proposals, and I was like, this is a bunch of bullshit.
All right.
I need to live life, party, learn some Spanish, do some things. And I went online and I searched Mexico jobs or something, English-speaking jobs, and this thing popped up at a company called Vallarta Adventures, which still exists. So any of you 22, 23, 40-year-olds, anybody that's still looking for yourself out there, Google this stuff. And it's had a bunch of jobs, and it said one of them was the Sierra Madre tour guides who took people into the mountains and the jungle. And I'm like, that sounds pretty fucking cool. They'll train you, they'll do whatever. And I literally applied for the job. I showed up to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and they were like, wow, you're here. I wrote them. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I want to work. And I trained in the jungle about an hour and a half outside of Puerto Vallarta for about a month with this company. They taught me how to survive in the jungle, how to manipulate.
For real?
Yeah. Manipulate snakes and stuff like that. And
Eat scorpions.
Eat scorpions and do all that cool stuff, which I thought was crazy at the first, but then I thought it was fantastic. Cool. Because the more scorpions you can eat and the more snakes you can control, the more money you can make.
I heard that you guys learned how to play the skin flute too.
For how long did you do that?
The skin flute. I only did that for about a year, a little over a year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a very heavy job, sort of like this one on the podcast. I drank every single day with the tourists and took them into the jungle and pretended to be sober.
All right, Andrew. I've got some interesting things that people, I don't know, little bird sent to me. So, have you ever sold perfume out of the back of a car truck?
Yes, I did sell perfume out of the trunk of a car.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I was fresh out of jail, and I answered an ad on the paper.
Can you say that again? So people know.
Yeah, this is like 2005 or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me
fresh out of jail. I needed to get a job. Parole officer's like, yo, you got to get a job. You can't. You're living in this halfway house, but you can't get out of there unless you get your life shit together. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a job. And I'm a gung ho guy. I'm a hustler, man. I don't do regular jobs. I don't do 9 to 5. I hate 9 to 5s. So I looked in the paper. This is obviously in California, Orange County, California. Looked in the paper and I saw an ad that stuck out and that said, rock and roll atmosphere, looking for motivated people to work. And I'm like, that's all I need to know, because I love rock and roll, I love hip hop, I love music. I'm like,
I'm your man.
Called it up. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, come in for an interview. So I came into an interview. And it was a beautiful girl that gave me the interview with another person in this little room. And they said, then she called me back later, and I was like, wow. So
you want to date me?
Yeah, they called me back. I was like, oh my God, okay.
They called me.
Yeah, I'm like, and I told them, right away.
Was that the first interview? Because you said fresh out of jail.
Yeah.
And was it hard? Was that?
First
Because I don't know this
Ace?
part.
No. I had to do. I went through a lot of different interviews because obviously people don't hire ex-felons or whatever. I don't know why. It's not like we're a threat.
It's not
to
like they're gonna
society.
steal your cash register and run away. You're like 8 feet tall and bigger.
not like he's out of jail or something.
Kimmy and she's like 4 feet.
So anyway, she called me and she said, "Come back. The boss wants to interview you." I'm like, "The boss?" I'm like, "All right, Bruce Springsteen." So, all right, we got a bunch of noise out in the. Okay.
You can go. That's nice. That's nice noise. That's called background.
Okay. So anyway, the boss wants to interview you. So I go back and all of a sudden I go in and it's like a room full of people, and it's like, and I was young. I was like 23. I was 23 at the time, so I didn't know about multi-level marketing. But that's what it was.
It was.
Yeah, so immediately the boss came out. This guy from Miami, this short little guy, Dominican guy, comes out. Gucci. Glasses, Dominican. Gucci, everything. He comes with his Mercedes, drop top, and he's like, "You guys ready to make money?" And I'm like, I'm broke as hell. I'm like, can I roll with you?
I'm motivated.
Can you be my dad?
Can I roll?
Can I lift you up, you little baby-looking motherfucker?
Can I be your wife?
Yeah.
So,
can I be your wife?
He said money.
I just came out of jail. Can I be your wife? Well, who knows? Can I be your wife?
Long shot, but okay.
So anyway, I go through that interview, and towards the end of the interview, he's like, "Yeah, I make $2,000 a week." I'm like, "What? 2,000? And you can too?" And I'm like, "How?" And well, to everybody, right?
Yeah,
and
but
he's
like,
like,
it was to you, yeah.
"We sell perfume on the street." And I'm like, "What? Perfume on the street?" I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I could see myself carrying a nice Tommy Hilfiger."
See?
And he's like, "And it's the fake shit on the street."
Wow.
So there's a manufacturer, I don't know where in the United States, I forget the name of the manufacturer, but in the early 90s, late 80s, they were huge. They made knockoff perfume, because perfume you can knock off to the essence because you can't patent the essence. This is what I learned there. That's why you get so many like knockoff of like Givenchy and Blue, whatever.
Gucci,
Gucci, Dolce Gabbana.
They have to
whatever.
pay, don't name them.
So anyway, I had to
block that out.
So my training for like the first month was to go out with the kids or the people that were already in training to be a manager.
Okay.
To sell perfume outside the back of your truck or the trunk of your car.
But you came to people like, "Hey, hello, would you like to buy?"
Yeah. I'd be like, "Hey, how are you?"
But sell me some. Sell me
for
this
example,
perfume.
Let's sell Lita Candela some perfume.
Well, first of all, I didn't have the perfume. I had the list of perfumes.
Oh, the list.
I had the list of perfumes. And let's say we're outside of a Walmart and you're walking out and I'm like, "Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss.
Yeah.
What kind of perfume do you wear?"
Whatever.
No, most of the time they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Okay, again.
Shut up, you
Excuse me,
crackhead.
miss. What kind of perfume do you wear? What the
fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The only reason I'm asking is because you see my friends over there? We just had a perfume show, and we're coming back, and we have a whole bunch of samples. Do you want to check one out? What do you wear?
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy. You gotta wear Dolce Gabbana. Come here, let me show you.
You got the Dolce Gabbana?
Yeah. And then I'll show you. So it was like, so a lot of people would be like, once I became the owner of the thing, because I moved to San Jose and I got my own batch of a crate of perfumes after.
So you killed it.
Yeah, like we would get crates of perfume come into our place in San Jose, and I had a team of maybe 30, 40 people selling on the streets in San Jose. This was obviously after 2 years after. A lot of the new people would come up and say like, "Well, you're lying to people. You said that you just came from a perfume show." I'm like, "Motherfucker, everything's a lie."
Yeah.
I just came from a perfume show at that gas station.
Exactly.
I was showing perfume.
Yeah.
You don't tell me. They may think in their head that I was at a convention center.
Yeah, you didn't tell them you were at a convention
I would have bought my Tommy.
I was showing perfume.
You never used the word convention.
At the Ralph's.
He didn't even know the word convention.
Yeah, so.
But you made that up?
Yeah,
from your brand?
That was my script.
That's the sales.
That was my script.
Sales script.
That was my script, and we.
It's like when Lita sold a piece of art to Andrew about 2 episodes ago, and she said, "I was going through a deep dark place.
It was true.
And I felt this, and this is what I painted, and then I look around." and there's a penis with legs walking through her painting. I'm like, at which part of the depression was this? And Angela's like, sold, I'll buy it. I was a fucking depressed penis at some point, but yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. So now we know Andrew is capable of selling you fake
anything.
perfume.
Yeah,
I did sell a Muslim
he will-
perfume one time.
okay.
And it's against the religion to wear perfume.
That
was like my greatest feat as a salesman
that's
on the
your
street.
Exactly. That's your good thing, you know,
that was
your
like
badge.
on my resume.
Right.
When I went to other jobs later, I'd be
will
like,
say,
I sold a Muslim perfume.
A perfume.
Yeah.
Good. So we got this gentleman here. We got fearless Joel in the jungle, taming snakes and whatever. So here's my question. How these two men, successful men, Spanish speakers, right? So you can say, I don't speak that.
Could you write my resume for me? Because that's great. That's better than I could ever have. I'm a
yeah.
successful Spanish-speaking man.
I can charge you, yeah.
Single.
We can do
We
that.
gotta take her to the club. Make her a wing woman.
I know.
Then come up to
Right.
a,
Could
girl,
be
a group
both
of
of her
girls.
wings.
These successful men, Spanish speakers.
I've done that with my friends. Most of my
Can
friends
you
are
be
married
my
now
friend?
thanks to me,
Oh, wow.
right? Yeah, for sure. No, this is real.
I'm not looking for marriage though.
We'll get there too. So I've got these two successful men living in Medellin, speaking the language, and why so single?
Wait. Let me ask you a question. What do you mean by successful, Lita?
Well, you are in charge of your life. You are definitely not in a 9 to 5. You can manage your life.
We're
That's
like in a
successful
9
to me.
9 or something. We're like more
Right,
than
but you're
that.
not in an office that you can say, no, I'm stuck in an office, so I can't meet that much people, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Okay.
Also, you're making business. So that's my description
your impression. Okay.
of successfulness.
You know, we'd have a lot more viewers if we moved
But
this.
if you don't agree to that, I don't care. Right,
You
so
moved the Buddha away for her legs? Okay, that's cool.
Because
Thanks,
the
Andrew.
Buddha was covering her legs.
let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into
Now, watch our viewership.
Can I
go
do
up
that
to
too?
like
Watch
100.
our viewership.
Is this good enough?
Let me put the booty out there
Tell me
so
that-
you guys could see
tell me
what
that, viewers.
I've been working on since I was a
All right.
child.
So
All
what
right,
was the
so-
question?
Let's go.
Right, so money is money, baby. So
Yeah.
Money is money.
right, so we've got these two successful men, and I'd like to ask, why so single?
I'm gonna let Andrew go with that one first because that's a loaded question that's gonna get us into a lot of.
So many layers.
Well, like I told my mom.
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
You talked to your mom about being single?
yeah, my mom asked me one time.
She's gonna get that.
And I told my mom, I'm like, well, Medellin, Mom, remember when you were a child? Yeah, and she's like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, imagine you're a child, and your mom or your dad.
Oh boy.
Well, my mom's dad died when
getting
she was 4.
interesting.
So okay,
Yeah.
your mom took you to an ice cream shop.
You gonna drive me to drinking?
Here we go with the
yeah,
ice
he's
cream
gonna drive me
flavors.
to
I know where
drink
this is going.
She said,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, pick any ice cream you want. You can try some. Like, okay, try strawberry chocolate. Okay. Which one do you love the most? Oh, I like the strawberry the most. Okay, this is the flavor that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Medellin is like an ice cream shop, and I don't want to eat strawberry ice cream for the rest of my life. Not right now. Not right now. I'm
But wait,
40
you said
years old.
Medellin. Wouldn't that have been the same thing back in the U.S.?
It was, yeah. Well, okay, the world.
All right. I just want
So
to
the universe is
Maybe you might have a
ice
few more
cream shop.
flavors
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's an ice
what do you
cream
call
shop.
it, but, yeah.
So I don't want to be stuck eating the same ice cream my whole life. And honestly, it's like, what do you call that? FOMO? Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
You fear missing out. When you're in a committed relationship, like, I start getting things like, wow, like what is, if when I was younger, I would get into a committed relationship and I would think in my head like, man, I'm missing out on other women that could be also amazing. And I know it sucks, but I'm saying it. That's what
No, it
is.
doesn't suck. So here's my thing. What if you are in a very committed relationship where you get to find a way to live these adventures? Will that be your ideal
You mean like he's a swinger?
relationship? No.
Oh,
Well,
not a swinger.
I
What do
mean,
you
you're
call
just
that?
smart. Like if you have your girlfriend, whatever, and you get this agreement that you can silently
Open
live,
relationship.
not open relationship, because open relationship it's
God,
way
I'm trying
too
out here,
public.
people. I said swinger and open relationship. I don't know
You
what
don't
else
get
there
it,
is in
Joel,
life.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a new generation, Joel.
Okay, it's
Sí,
generation
please,
X. or
señor,
whatever you call
ya.
it. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Right, so you've got this girl, the girl of your dreams, and you get this agreement that you can go silently, right? Live your life. Would that be a good relationship for the FOMO man?
No, because the girl of my dreams would not make me feel that FOMO, that fear of missing out.
I agree to disagree.
Why do you agree to disagree?
Because I think FOMO is part of everyone's forever. That's part of your personality. No one should change that or will have the power to ever change that. So I should
find a girl that lets me go sleep with other girls. I
think yes, but also you have to learn or maybe find a way to live in peace with your FOMO and also with your committed relationship.
Oh, okay.
Find a way to live in
That being said, Joel, why so
what the hell
single?
Did you mean by that? Find a way to live in your peace and your FOMO? Like, I don't know. You're talking about some deep shit right there. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to have to decipher that off of this podcast.
Okay.
I think I share very similar sentiments to Andrew, although it wasn't my whole life. I was in very committed relationships from the time I was 19 to the time I was 30 years old.
Okay, that's a lot, yeah.
And I think I lived a very committed life in relationships. I lived a very committed life to my family. And I felt like I always had a responsibility.
All right.
And when I left and I came on this trip to across South and Central America, it was the first time where I actually felt free of commitment. And not it's a bad thing because I would not trade the world for the commitment that I have to my family and stuff before. But it was the first time when I didn't give a fuck about anyone except me.
Good.
And I lived that to the point where it became my lifestyle. Like, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm going to be on a beach today. I'm going to do that. And it sounds great. And, I'm not glorifying it. But for the first time, I'm like, I love not having to stress about a girlfriend, about my family, about who I have to pick up, who I have to drop off, about what I have to pay. And I did that for literally 1 year. That's how I spent all of my money, by the way. And that's why I say we need cash flow. Just living. I lived. And I'm like, this is the way that someone should feel. And so back to the dating thing is I'm actually, like Andrew, I'll put it this way. I'm actually petrified, which means extremely scared to death, that I get into a relationship with someone. I take it a step further. And then, like many of the couples that I've seen in my life, and most of the couples that I've seen in my life, they just end up separating. So I have this thing in my head where I was like, what's the fucking point?
True.
What's the fucking point? In the end, there's more divorces than there are marriages, right? It's a higher divorce rate than there are marriage rates. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to get caught like that. And there's somewhere along the way, like I'm psychologically messed up in that way, in that I've embedded that. 100%. I've embedded all those ideas in my head. And honestly, Medellin, for those of you who are slightly psychologically messed up like myself, if you're any way afraid of commitment, if don't come here. This is not the place for that. You need to go to like buttfuck Alaska. If you have commitment problems, go out there, find a pretty girl, settle down, look at the mountains. This is not the place. If you there's a lot of options.
See,
right? There are a lot of options, to be quite honest.
Very open.
They're very open. Yeah. It's very open. And and that's honestly, that's not my problem. It's not that there's options are my problem, because in my life, thank God, and again, I'm not a Brad Pitt, but I've never had a problem with options. It's just that I feel like I just like Andrew said, FOMO. Like I don't want to be like, it's not just, it's the FOMO's part of it, right? And Medellin is probably FOMO capital of the world, because you're home watching Netflix in your penthouse overlooking the city, and there's a beautiful party going on down there, and you may potentially want to be down there.
Right.
And I think that's something that, and that's deep. That's not me. I'm not special in any way. I think most men, a lot of men now, and a lot of women also feel the same way. We get locked down, and then what else is there? Can we go back to the life that we lived the last 7-8 years here? Is it going to be as fun? Okay,
so let's say that you guys choose to be single because it fits better your lifestyle. And I can totally understand that. I was very much with your same mindset before, obviously, meeting Carlos. But you
met him at 21 years old.
See.
What?
Crazy
how
wild
old were you when you started?
Carla.
Crazy wild Carla started dating at 9?
Let's just say that he's an alien. So hopefully, if you get to meet an alien.
Why did he change you?
He didn't change me. He showed me options.
You're copying my Medellin.
No.
Okay,
He showed me how to live a commitment without feeling committed.
How's that? Advise Andrew and I and all the other men out here that are.
What do I need to do?
Yeah, what do
First
we need
of all,
to do?
you need
Where is
to
my
accept
Carlos?
your.
Where is my Carlos?
First of all, you need to accept your demons. If you feel that way, feel that fucking way. That's
Yeah,
it, right?
100%.
I accept it.
Okay. Second, find someone that accepts them too.
Accept
Which
your
is-
demons.
See, which is the hard part.
That's the hard part, especially
See.
coming into like a conservative country.
That's why I say he's an alien.
Yeah.
So basically, you just have to find an alien. But never think that you are wrong or that you have a problem. No, I totally agree with what you're saying. You always feel that you're missing something. Even though, like, even with the job, if you say, like, I'm going to start this job, I'll be like, if there was something better and I'm just stuck here. So it's a normal feeling, right?
Yeah.
So that being said, I want to know, have you dated paisas? I'm sure. Also you.
What is,
Joel, you gonna answer that?
what does that mean?
Have you dated a
paisas?
paisa girl?
Yes.
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 Was it good?
Yes.
Have you dated other Colombian girls different than paisa?
Yes.
Can you make a comparison?
Best so far, Caleña.
Galeña. What about Andrew?
Pereira.
That's also
That's
paisa.
paisa.
No.
No?
No. Technically Pereira.
Pereira's
sorry,
paisa.
not Pereira. What's the
Armenia?
Vallecaucana.
Valle del
I
Cauca.
forget the name of the small town, but it's near Pereira. But it's technically outside of Antioquia.
All right. Okay. So make a small comparison between that one and the paisa one. Very short.
Oh, very short. Okay, so Paisa women are awesome, but they're very traditional and conservative. I would say that other women are a little bit more open and less conservative. That's.
Can I ask Andrew a question?
Yes, please. I love
Here's
it.
my question to Andrew. Because I've heard something that he's repeated over the last, call it 9 years. He's always said that I think I'm gonna have to leave here to find a woman or the woman of my dreams because this is not happening here in Medellin.
Why?
Or I don't know if he said Medellin or Colombia. I'm gonna let him clear that up. But this is literally, I'm gonna put this shit on a T-shirt because he literally said that shit. So I want to know why you think that.
Well, if you come to Colombia, and maybe many people have come here, you will see the woman of your dreams
Physically,
every block. Like you see a beautiful woman. But when you start to talk to them and when you get to know them, it's different. I come from California, near Los Angeles, which is like very fast-paced, entrepreneurial. I'm very gung-ho. I don't take no for an answer, and I don't like to wait on things. I'm very impatient.
Okay.
sex on the first date, huh?
See,
No, like for example,
Okay.
like if you're gonna be
thing.
late.
I'm like, I don't like to wait.
If you're gonna be late to a date and you don't tell me,
Okay, that's
I'm gonna hate that, and it's not gonna
you get
work.
cranky? You get like.
Well, I already know what you are, and you are a paisa or
Late.
or general speaking, Colombian. So when I say that, maybe I have to move to a different country that's a little bit more,
Punctual.
I guess, westernized. The women are.
Okay.
But you're not moving there for punctuality. What are you moving there for?
No. For an attitude, a different attitude.
Okay.
What's that attitude?
Because, for example, in Medellin...
Carefree.
Yeah, well, in Medellin, there's still a little bit... Medellin is a city of 2.5 million, the vicinity 4 million people. But in reality, it's still a pueblo. It's like the pueblo mentality.
True.
Even though you see like women trying to... like, for example, we had Women's Day and there was a march. That's the first march of women that I've seen that was that size in 10 years. So
Maybe if you waited for 10 more years, you could.
But I don't like the girls that don't shave their armpits or legs. Like
See,
that's
no.
not me. So
I
there's
mean,
that
we respect
extreme.
that, but
like there's that extreme. So again, to your question,
Yes.
short answer, I would probably have to look for something that is more metropolitan,
Okay.
more
International.
more well-rounded. Yeah, a
Okay,
little bit
okay.
different.
So I'm gonna ask you short questions, and you're gonna give me just short answers. Don't
Okay.
think it too much.
Okay, lightning round.
Go with the flow.
Okay.
It will be the same for both. All right. So,
Okay.
but I will say who will ask first.
Okay.
Okay. Joel. Joel.
Uh-huh.
A woman. A woman.
That's a question.
A woman. Name a woman.
Erica.
Who's Erica?
She's great.
Okay. Andrew, a woman. I don't know.
My mom.
Good. Joel, a song.
Essence.
From?
Wizkid and Thames.
Andrew, a song.
Bulls on Parade. Rage Against the Machine.
Good. Andrew, a kiss.
Hershey's.
Oh, good, smart. Joel, a kiss. Nice.
Wet.
Okay.
What?
That's a kiss. Andrew, who did you miss?
Oh, Brett.
Who's Brett?
My best friend from childhood.
Okay, Brett. He misses you. Joel, who did you miss?
My aunt, Maylene.
Good. Joel, any regrets in life in general?
Not having a cash flow before coming to Medellin.
Okay, we got that. Andrew, any regrets in life?
Yes, quitting basketball when I was 14.
We'll get into that. Okay, Joel, who did you like to apologize and apologize now?
My best friend when I was in high school for stabbing his hand with a compass.
Okay, we're kid. Andrew, who would you like to apologize and apologize now?
To the state of California.
Apologize.
Gunshot in a California
I'm serious.
He's actually apologizing.
Sorry to the state of California for the things that I did. I did my time, so don't judge me.
Yeah,
Good.
love it.
Joel, one happy memory.
I'm depressed.
What?
I'm joking. No, not at all.
Fuck.
One happy memory. 3 weeks ago in Palomino, near Palomino, Santa Marta, somewhere around there.
Cool. Andrew, one happy memory.
La Isla.
Just that?
Yeah, you'll know.
That's all you will know.
You know.
Good. Andrew, what did you hate from yourself?
Oh man, there's so many things. The fact that I spent too much time working.
Okay.
Yeah, not enough time having fun. Okay. Although we talk about partying and stuff, but like
actually,
this is like the only time now where I've literally only worked 3 hours, 4 hours a day in my life.
Joel, what did you hate from yourself?
Hate.
Hate. I said hate.
Hate's it's in the Bible.
Hate.
Let me tell you something about the Bible.
God damn
Because I
it.
grew up around the Bible and it said to hate is to kill.
Okay, Joel, what did you hate from yourself?
The inability to pass a certain level in relationships.
Good. Andrew, what did you love from yourself?
Oh, my sense of commitment.
What else?
Not to relationships, but to anything else. But
Okay.
relationship. What?
What else?
My sense of humor.
What else?
The fact that I'm talented at art.
What else?
That I can play video games well.
Fortnite, right?
Yeah, Fortnite and FIFA.
I've heard.
Yes.
I don't want to do this.
Joel,
Yeah.
what did you love from yourself?
I can move my waist really well.
What else?
I love art.
What else?
I love my family.
What else?
I'm sensitive when I'm on my period.
What else, Joel?
I love the fact that I go get what the fuck I want.
What else?
I love about myself.
See?
My shiny bald head.
What else?
My beard.
What else?
My hat.
What do you love about your inner self, Joel?
That I want everyone that comes in contact with me in my life to gain something that I think that I add positivity and a positive bit to anybody that comes in contact with me, whether it's through work, whether it's at a restaurant, where it's whatever. When they leave, at least they feel like they've taken something positive away from me, and I think I'm able to do that.
Why is it so hard to say something you love about yourself?
You're trying to make me cry.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's actually not very hard for me to say things that I love about myself. But I think that society makes it very. I'm gonna blame this on society, by the way.
See,
I
go
blame
ahead.
most things
Fuck
on
society.
Andrew, but I'm gonna go with society on this one. No, but I don't want to sound arrogant or,
right.
or whatever. But there's a lot of things that I love about myself. I love the fact that I am apart from the commitment stuff, which we all talked about. I love the fact that I am the man that I am. And I think that if anybody that is in my life does not love the man that I am, and I don't mean that in a, solely like a romantic way, then you need to get the fuck out. Because I love the man that I am, and I love the man that my mother and father and everybody else raised.
Good. Andrew.
Yes.
Take that, Lina. I call you Lina, Lita. Motherfucker, I planned this shit. I wrote that in case you guys think, no, but seriously.
All right. Andrew, what will be an advice from you to you?
Advice from me to me?
Yeah.
An advice for wear a condom.
Good advice.
Yeah, that's advice number 1. Wear a condom. Number 2 would be keep grinding, because you're just right around the corner from something big. Like, honestly, I feel something big is coming.
Good.
Innately, I don't know. Maybe it's like an intuition, but I feel like something big is coming, and we're just around the corner, so it's not time to give up. Gotta keep grinding. Gotta keep digging.
Joel, what will be an advice from you to you?
We're fucking relax.
Good. Good advice. I'll take that for me too.
Relax.
Good.
So you'll relax and I'll work.
No, but wait. So people understand. Relax doesn't mean not work.
No, it means to
relax
cool it off
needs
in your
to
mind.
be in the. Well, I just literally tattooed across my chest so I could see it every morning.
Let me see.
Balance.
Because I'm dark. Because I'm dark. You can't. Yeah.
Balance.
Justin
I've
Bieber?
heard.
Just,
A little bird.
I'm a believer.
It says literally about a month ago I tattooed this word balance, which has been I've been obsessed with. Actually, it's an ex-girlfriend of mine from before I left Canada. Asked me what's the most important thing to you in life, and I'm like, I don't know, my parents, maybe success. And I didn't.
It was
just
became like a Valley, California.
Yeah, like I know that's not Canadians don't even speak
Like
like
in
that.
5 seconds.
My parents.
Yeah, my parents. I don't know, but
what
she literally she said balance, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And I realized, like, for me, it's very, very important. So, balance between work, balance between play, and we all know when we're out of balance. I don't think that we should be hardcore. We should be hardcore in whatever way we want to go to, but also appreciate the fact that we need to know when we're out of balance. We need to know when we need to work harder. We need to know when we need to, like, relax from work. We need to know when we need to love a little bit, fight a little bit, and I think that's
Balance.
That's balance.
Good. Andrew.
Yeah.
What would your advice to Joel be?
Yeah. Use some Rogaine for your bald head.
What else?
I ain't changing this look ever. I love it. No, I don't actually.
Advice for Joel. I give him advice all the time.
Tell us one.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, like this morning I told him, go fucking
Babe?
talk to your ex-girlfriend and marry her.
Is that the ex I think it is?
Yeah, that was my advice to him.
I think which ex
I woke
is?
up out of the shower and I said, Joel.
If this
Go get
if this
her.
is a marriage counseling fucking podcast,
Go
I don't want
get
to
her,
be
Joel.
here anyway.
No, but yeah, advice to Joel would be we need to find a tax-free country so that we can set up a business, because Colombia's fucking us up the ass.
You just said we though.
What?
You advising me and you at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
Well, you're the guy that does it. I don't do shit.
Yeah, you advise him to do it
I
properly.
sell, you go fucking hide it.
Deal that money.
Yeah, we need to go either Panama, Paraguay, Mauritius, somewhere, because Colombia. By the way, those of you guys watching, Colombia's a tough place to do business because of the income tax.
And a lot of people ask about taxes.
See, right,
Yeah,
right.
so my advice to Joel is keep looking into new places for us to go.
And make more money. Okay.
Save more money, not make, but
Right,
save.
save. Joel, what would your advice for Andrew?
That's deep. To be quite honest, I think if I would say that my advice to Andrew would have been a year ago, and I think he's doing it right now, which I think is absolutely amazing and heartwarming, and it makes me want to cry because it's that time of the month.
Cry.
But literally a year ago, I would have said, like, Andrew, and he has his own formula. We all have our own formulas. I would say balance a little bit
right.
more.
There you go.
But he has, I think, in the last year balanced a lot. And I think that, yes, there have been points where me and Andrew worked a lot. We gave a lot to work.
So
My girlfriend, before I left Canada, told me before I left Canada, and that's when I had like student debts and stuff. She said, "You know, I love you, but I always feel like I'm in a relationship with you, work, and debt." And that's something that literally put a lot of distance between us, because I was always like, I need to fucking do this. I need to get out of this. I need to do this. I need to you know. And so I honestly, my advice to Andrew would be just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing right now in this space and max that out, because it's making you a better person.
Dang, that means I was a worse person before?
Yep, 100%. So you're a much better person. But seriously.
All right, no, all right. Andrew, coffee or chocolate?
No, coffee for sure.
Joel, coffee or chocolate?
Depends on what we're doing.
Coffee or chocolate?
What are we doing? For example, I'm not going to pour hot chocolate over a girl's...
Okay.
Wait, you are going to pour hot chocolate, not hot coffee.
I mean coffee. I would like some hot chocolate.
If you had to remove one, coffee or chocolate?
Oh, definitely I would throw that chocolate out of the fucking window. Coffee's shit.
Good.
Big up Ihamia Cafe.
I can live without chocolate, but not coffee.
Okay. Andrew, quick or slow?
Oh, that's a good one.
Quick
Are
or
we in
slow?
a field or...
Yeah, but like, is this like general life, like quick or slow? I like quick.
Okay.
I don't.
Whatever you want it to be. Whatever you. Oh, okay. He's so basic. Joel, quick or slow?
Andrew had a very good question to that. That's a very great question. All right.
Quick or slow? Whatever you want it to be.
Slow.
Slow. Good. Joel, what angers you the most?
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
My family describes what I have as a trick nerve. It goes like this. Like I can go from really calm. I can go to really calm. Like I'm like just Joel, he's always laughing. Podcast. But if you play me for a fool and you disrespect me, I go on intellect in my brain. If you think that I'm stupider than you, and you try to make me a fool, you try to speak to me like a fool, or think that I don't understand that you're trying to play me, then
underestimate you.
Well, just act like you're somehow better or superior intellectually, physically, whatever. That just fucking drives me insane. That is my number one pet peeve, and I have no tolerance. It is zero tolerance. If somebody's like, "Oh, I'm stronger than you," I'm like, "Okay, well," or "I'm smarter than you," and that just like it drives me absolutely insane. Gabby's seen it. A few people have seen it pop out where I just want to like just go fucking like strangle people. And that's my
anger.
That's my anger.
Andrew,
Disrespect.
what angers you the most?
Too much tequila.
Okay.
That's one.
Eres mala copa.
Yeah, no, too much tequila.
Okay.
Like
You like tequila.
I could drink a bottle of tequila, but go
But not
past
two.
That.
Not two.
I can't, past two, I'll be fighting people on the street, and people have seen it.
Gabby's seen it.
In Spanish, we call it mala copa.
Mala copa.
Se pone mala
Only
copa.
with tequila, though. It doesn't have
Es mala
any other
copa.
drink.
Nah.
What about tight condoms? Do those ever fucking get to you?
no,
Because
no,
I hate
yeah.
that. Like
I
when it
just
like
busted
squiggles up on the ball and.
No, but I
Okay,
guess
cool.
the thing that would anger me immediately would be physical violence towards a woman or a child.
Okay.
Like honestly, if I see that, that's like I see red. It's like
That's a good answer.
Joel, see, that's a good answer. Joel, rate yourself from 1 to 10.
I'm a motherfucking 10.
Amen. Andrew, rate yourself from 1 to 10.
11.
God damn, you beat me on that one.
I love that.
I got a 1 up on that. I got a 1 up.
I've never been an 11.
I'm gonna rape myself.
I'm gonna rape.
All right.
Myself,
I'm so good.
I'll rape myself.
Joel, guilty pleasure. Name one. Say it.
My tongue.
Okay.
What the hell does that mean?
Did you suck your own tongue?
Guilty pleasure, my tongue.
All right.
Let him go first.
Andrew, guilty
I don't
pleasure,
even know where
please.
to start.
Lambrusco, let's go with the
Guilty pleasures that I don't even know where to start. Like literally, I binge watch Seinfeld,
Guilty pleasure.
Cheers,
Frasier. Talk about fucking
that's
Frasier. Who the fuck
guilty
binge watches
pleasure.
Frasier?
I
This guy
love
in like
Frasier.
a judge in like
Okay.
Connecticut.
The Office.
I love The Office.
I love to watch videos of people playing video games.
You do that? The streaming?
I watch streamers. I have my favorite streamers.
Okay.
I follow them. That's my guilty pleasure.
What do you think about Bukkake?
But that's not a guilty pleasure, actually. Bukkake's not my thing.
Okay, me either. I just checking.
Okay.
Because I've heard people mention it.
Joel. Big booty, small tits. Small booty, big tits. Choose.
Wait, why did you say that one so good? Say the first one.
big booty and small tits,
or
small booty, big tits.
First.
Shoes.
First.
Big booty, small tits.
I'm a booty man.
Andrew,
Big
same.
booty.
Big. Okay.
It's not even a question.
Okay.
But is it people like the opposite?
T. There's a lot of people that would rather be
Big tits, small booty.
I could do bee stings. It's all good. So bee stings, but if you got no booty, it's like.
Yeah,
okay,
you need some
right?
booty, girls. So now you know how to piss him off, and that you need to get some good booty. All right, so Andrew.
You gotta go get surgery. Go get them lifted.
What? Andrew.
You can't get a bee sting lifted? Okay, no. Okay.
Craziest thing you have done for love.
Oh my god.
The craziest thing I've done for love.
Oh my god, I'm gonna put these on right now
craziest
because,
thing I've done for love.
God.
Now I'm single. I've done nothing for love.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Literally. Okay, so I guess it's crazy for most people, but like literally, I like to write poetry.
Okay,
So
that is crazy.
I've written a couple girls poems and stuff like on the first date.
Did they like it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Also, this is the moment where you type your awkward questions. So we can tell them. Right, Joel. Crazy thing you have done for love.
I don't know if it was love. I was just young and dumb and full of cum.
Love.
Okay. So I went from New York to Park Avenue, New Jersey. I was 16 years old. I bought a teddy bear. I bought 12 roses. And I went to find a girl that at that time I thought I was in love with. I got out of the station in New Jersey and I said, I want to go to Park Avenue. And the guy looks and he goes, Park Avenue, where? You going to go to the jail? I'm like, the jail? No. I'm taking flowers and fucking things. He's like, but there's like 20 Park Avenues from here to wherever. And I got off at every Park Avenue. And I went to, let's call it 10 Park Avenue. And about 8 Park Avenues in, getting on and off the bus, broke as fuck at 16 years old. I found the girl that I was looking for. I gave her the teddy bear.
And?
I gave her the roses. We were in a room by ourselves and I was like, this is it. I moved in for the kiss and she did this.
Oh, she gave you the Matrix.
She did the fucking...
The Matrix.
Like this. And that's the craziest thing I did for love because I never got that love. I went back home lonely and afraid.
That was crazy though. And, roses and
and the teddy bear.
A little bit too much.
That's a sad story.
And that's when I became me.
Are you sure that wasn't when you were 36?
Are you sure that wasn't yesterday?
I'm gonna put these fucking glasses on now. This is a good time for that. Yep, that was the first heartbreak of my life.
All right, so I've got 2 left. Andrew, would you rather awesome face and just okay body or awesome body and just okay face?
Awesome body.
Okay, same to Joel.
Wait, would I prefer an awesome face
on a girl?
An okay
obviously.
body or an
I'm gonna go with face first because I would prefer to wake up to a beautiful face every single day of my life.
No, I'd rather just turn her over.
He will
well,
put
now you see the difference in the personalities that we have here.
on the girl.
Yes, paper bag boy. Okay, no, I love beautiful faces.
All right, Andrew.
Okay.
Would you date a 10-year-old woman?
Like
A what?
What? Would I date a 10-year-old?
What? Yo, this is not. Wait,
Would I date
wait. I apologize on behalf of all of the 10-year-old woman.
I'm smarter in Spanish.
Okay.
That's the
I'm gonna
only
erase
question
this.
that has made me sweat.
Yeah, we're gonna delete
Would
this.
you date a 10-year-old?
What the hell? Next time they're trying to use this, I'm trying to become president of Colombia.
Corten esta parte.
Talk about it. I can't be associated with this guy and her. What the fuck is this?
No.
A 10-year-old.
Okay, first of all, I would not date a 10-year-old.
Okay, yes, and I didn't ask that.
Joel, would you date a 10-year-old?
You have to answer it.
I'm smarter in Spanish.
That's fucking. No, what do you mean? No. Would I date a 10?
I can't.
10 years
This is not the type of
older
podcast.
than you.
A woman 10 years old?
Are you asking
Yeah, that's
Andrew
what I
this
meant.
question?
Would I date her?
I can't wait for this. Can I? Somebody pour me a goddamn drink. Let me hear
let's
this.
take a
Can't
drink.
wait. Hold on.
Let's
I want
take
would love to hear where
let's take
Andrew's.
a shot.
And this is the answer that's gonna shut the Colombia podcast down right now. So let me take my last drink on the podcast. Andrew, you have this about your women 10 years older than yourself. I'm gonna just okay.
What
Please
about Lita?
zoom
What
in
about
on this.
Lita?
This
You
is
forgot
Lita,
about me.
Joel?
You forgot about me.
Okay, wait. Oh my God, wait.
I also need to get drunk.
Wait. You need to get drunk. This is the best.
That's
Can we
right.
give
Wait.
some of the guest drinks?
Wait. Let me get. Wait. Can I ask a question? Can I
Wait.
ask? Let
Gabby,
me ask.
come over here.
I got a better
Gabby,
voice.
give me your shot.
I got a better voice for this question. Hey, Chef. Wait. I got it. Let me try to do this. Let me try to do this properly. Cause all 7 people that are watching this live, listen to this. Let me do it.
You're all there.
Let me do it. Andrew, would you date a 10? Would you date a 10-year-old? No, I'm dumb. Wait, Andrew. So what do you think about a woman that's maybe just like 10 years older than yourself and dating her, maybe settling down?
What?
So
I'm speechless right now because
You speechless like Michael Jackson?
the short answer is fuck no. But
What
the
would be-
extended
That would
answer,
make her 50.
exactly at 50.
would I date a 50-year-old?
Why
A
not?
male 50-year-old.
A male.
A male.
A MILF.
A MILF.
Oh, MILF.
MILF. MILF. No, that one I said it right. MILF.
All right, so she's
Would I
we-
date a MILF that's 50 years old? A 50-year-old MILF?
Oh my God, this is too much for me. That's
no,
why I put
man.
the glasses on.
No?
No.
Okay, no, that's all right.
It's okay. I mean, yeah.
Okay, don't do it.
Don't
We have
cry,
to-
don't cry.
we don't have
It's
to do
all
it.
right. You don't
we
have
can
to-
just go with no. We can just.
You don't have to
everyone
date
out
her.
there, we're going
Yeah,
with no.
I love baseball, but I don't want to date an old catcher's mitt.
She might have some experience though, but
Some experience.
you lost it. You said no.
Some experience of
Joel.
what, on how to do their will.
Joelito, would you date?
You heard how you ended that with Lito?
Joelito.
That's the way I feel in my heart. Young. Yeah, like
Really?
a Ito. Yeah. So
like
what's the
Lita.
question?
So, would you date 10? No, how you saying?
10 years
a woman,
younger.
a
That's
woman,
10
a woman
year-
that's 10 years
Older
older.
than you.
Honestly, man, I'm 40 years old. I don't need no spiritual guidance. I don't need a yoga teacher with more experience than me. To be quite honest, man, I don't. You know, until I turned honestly, until I turned about 30 years old, I always dated women that were older than me. Because I
Okay.
hated little girls. I still hate
Little
girls.
girls are
I still
stupid.
fucking hate little girls. Honestly,
I love them.
yeah, he loves little girls.
You can come to Andrew.
This is some
For the
yin yang
record.
shit. Because
For the
I'll put it
record.
out there, and if you guys see me with that shit, I hate little girls.
All right.
I don't deal with little girls, right?
that's okay.
But I also,
I don't either, but I love them.
but I also, but I don't. But wait, he doesn't. But I also don't want anybody that's like, oh man, your mom were talking, and we went to the same high school. No, I'm not into that shit.
Okay.
But so I don't like either of the extremes. 10 years older than myself. It's gonna be a hard no.
All right.
It's gonna be a hard no. I'm gonna go with a hard no.
So you both passed this
passed
this
what?
lovely MILF that was waiting for you downstairs. Just kidding.
Lovely MILF waiting downstairs. All right, cool. Yep,
He
I
said
passed.
no.
Andrew can take that. Andrew can move on with that.
All right, that's
You
good.
said date, not have sex with. So I.
No, I said date. No, I meant
Okay,
date.
okay,
I meant
all
date. All right, so those were my awkward questions for today, right?
Okay.
We're
So
very
now I'm gonna open a little space for you to ask each other the weirdest questions you can ask because you know each other very well. So, Andrew, you
Yeah.
first.
So I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head, Joel. Apart from Colombia, where else would you live if Colombia wasn't on the radar?
Mexico.
Okay.
Where else would you live?
No.
Roomies, motherfucker.
Roommate in
We're
Sayulita.
fucking roomies.
Andrew.
Mexico
number
is
two.
my answer too.
Yeah.
But only because that's all I know. I haven't been to Europe. So
Okay.
if you guys have in the comments, leave somewhere that we should visit because next year we'd probably be all around Europe.
Ukraines?
And maybe Africa. Maybe we go.
No, but that's this year. At the end of the year,
Kenya.
we'll go
We're
there.
gonna
We'll
go to
there.
Africa this and
End of
this
the year.
year.
End of the year. We're going there. We're gonna dance.
Dang.
Joel,
Oh.
what would you ask to Andrew?
I've asked Andrew every weird fucking question.
We need it here. Shoot.
All right. Andrew. Honestly, people, this is really awkward because I've honestly asked Andrew every weird question and he just ignores it. So the other day I was here, I was in a robe, a brown robe, which I'll show you guys on the next episode if you guys ask for it, and socks tucked into my pants and flip-flops, and I rolled out and there were people sitting here, and Andrew came down, he rang the door, and he came for something, and I handed it off, and he's like, thanks, and he left. And everybody was sitting here looking like, how the fuck did he not even blink? Joel's dressed like a weirdo, and he didn't even care. And yesterday they're like, dude, like, you remember how Joel was dressed? He's like, no, I don't remember.
He's too used.
He's too used to it. I lived with Andrew for 5 or 6 years, you know what I mean? I know the fact that, you guys should know this, that Andrew had a pair of yellow underwear that he called the Falcaos. I brought this up in the early episode.
Yeah. All right.
There was the yellow color of Colombia, but they started out white.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right. So, in other order, what would you think the world can learn from Colombia and vice versa?
What the world can learn from Colombia?
And what Colombia can learn from, I don't know, let's say,
The world
States.
can learn from Colombia how to make drugs and traffic them. And I think they have. Like, Mexico is now at the top. Honestly,
Wow.
Honestly, and I'm Colombian. I know.
Wow, you made me grow some dreadlocks on that one. We're going to take some heat for this. All right, cool.
Because now Colombia has submarines, drones, trafficking drugs into different countries, and
Cool. What else?
the grandparents. I saw a guy with.
They can learn grandparents. What can the world learn from Colombia's grandparents?
There's this on the Discovery Channel in Colombia. There's a show where in the airport, the Colombian airport, they follow the agents, right?
Yeah.
And this one old man, this old guy, like a grandfather, had a kilo of cocaine under his toupee.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
Okay.
Not caught. And you can see it.
That's what
it was in the news.
That's what the world can learn. Not to get caught.
Okay, so what can the world learn from Colombia? That's obviously a joke.
You're a funny guy.
So what can the world learn from Colombia? I think is to be happy when you have less shit.
Okay.
Because
Stealing my answer.
like for example,
I told you this shit.
we were just in Santa Marta. I've been to many different places. Joel's been to a lot more places in Colombia than I have, and probably than more Colombians have ever been to. But you'll notice something about Colombians is that even if you don't have shit, you're happy. You may not even have hot water or running water or clean water, but you're happy. You love your family. And that's something that, like, for example, in Western countries, like in the United States, that you take for granted. Like, literally just having running clean water, hot water, having your family with you. And come the holidays, you're like, fuck, I gotta go hang out with my family. But here, the holidays come and it's like, the bars and the clubs, like in the United States, for the New Year's, bars and clubs are super open. Here, everything is closed because everyone's with their family.
True.
Because people love their family, and I think that's something that I learned. I don't know if the world can learn from it, but I learned about that. So I have more of an appreciation and a closeness for my family after living here. Yeah, for sure.
Joel.
So I'm just gonna let you guys know that Andrew always steals my answers and shit, and he makes it sound better.
We do not care. Okay. Joel.
So mothers and their daughters and sons, Colombia should be the poster child for mothers and daughters and sons. What I mean by that is, I have personally never, and I feel a little bit of regret, held my mother's hand, and I'll ask Andrew if he did. I think I know the answer. But held my mother's hand and walked through a centro comercial, like a
Holding your mom's hand.
Yeah, like a what do you call it? A mall.
Yeah.
Like walking through the mall and be like, hey, Mom. And we're just walking around shopping hand in hand, like fingers interlocked. I don't even know how to do that. And that's shameful. Like, to me, I find it fucking shameful.
Yeah. My mom would love that if I did that.
And you should do
I've
it.
never done
You should just, like, buy a ticket for your mom and walk around the mall.
Just go to
No,
Santa
but
Fe and start
seriously,
You have to grab her.
But that's something that was weird to me. When
very weird.
I came here, I saw people, like grown men with their mom.
Hand
like
in
this.
hand.
Like, I was like, that's weird.
And I've never done it.
But it is.
No,
It's not weird. It's not
Here
weird.
It's
It's
normal.
not weird. It's not
Here
weird.
it's not
Yeah.
weird.
Here's
Planets
wait.
is different,
All
yeah.
right.
I
We're
see so
neighbors.
many women here, so many women with their mom, hand in hand, walking around the mall, shopping. Listen, if I ever had a daughter in my fucking life, I would hope that she's like a Paisa girl that holds my wife's hand and walks around and talks and shops and stuff like that, because we North American people, I don't want to speak about Europeans because I'm not one of you Europeans, but we're some cold fucking people, man. Like, we can't, like, we can't do that. And I love that. And I'm like, man, if I ever raise a child and people are like, I want to be back in the United States and Canada where their education's great. I'm like, fuck you. I want to raise them here where love is great, because there's so much more love. And again, I hate the fact that he stole my answer, but I love the fact that I can see so much love amongst families and stuff here in Colombia. And then secondly, something that I've learned, and one might not believe it, but Colombia teaches you to really aguantar cosas. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Just deal with the fucking punches. Because and for all of you people watching here, that you want to come here and find your wife or your husband, you want to come here and start a business, you want to come here and do crypto, you want to come here and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Let me tell you something that Colombia will teach you. Everything that you were taught in North America is going to go out the window. And you have to learn to be calm. And like, you calm down about a lot of things that will blow your mind. Like, we've done construction, we've hired people that you'd be like, there's no fucking way that was happening back home, blah, 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 blah. This is not home. And honestly, I've been back to Canada. I stood in like a DMV, which is in the United States, like where you get your license in Canada. And I'm standing there, I'm watching people do the most ridiculous shit. I'm seeing the worst customer service. And I'm just sitting there like this. And it felt like good customer service in comparison to here. And these two women looked at me and they're like, oh my God, how are you so calm? And I'm like, Colombia. Because Colombia teaches you.
You've never been in the éxito.
You've never been, exactly.
On el 15 o la 15, on una quincena
de
éxito.
24 de diciembre.
You have to be very, very, very patient.
And you know, many people come here and they complain about that, right? They're like, yeah, well, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I'm guilty of that too. I'm not just like shitting on your head, but I'm saying like, we can't. Wait, firstly, you're not in Canada. You're not in the United States. You're not in Mexico. You're not in fucking Germany. You're in Colombia. And there's a lot of things. I was talking to somebody today. Like, there's a lot of things about Colombia that piss people off when it comes to service, when it comes to being on time, when it comes to blah, 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 blah. But look at this. Andrew and I, as a couple, we've been here for 10 years, right? Like, I've never lived in any country in my entire life other than Colombia for 10 years. And that's how much I love this place. And with all the complaints, with all the, service this, slow, blah, 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 I'm here. So what that means is that positives definitely outweigh the negatives of this country, and I love it. And that's exactly why we keep this podcast going, because as much as we might bitch and complain, at the end of the day, this is, to me,
heaven,
the best fucking country anywhere. Period.
Except for taxes.
So what's with taxes?
No, we could talk about that in another. I mean, doing business and making money and having to declare taxes here is terrible because it's very expensive. It's expensive.
It's the fourth highest in the world.
It's the fourth highest in the world. Look it up. Look up what tax rates are in the world. Colombia just fucks the rich. And I think it's because the rich are very corrupt and know how to deal with the system to not pay those taxes. So really the middle upper class are the ones that get fucked. The people that are honest get fucked with taxes. But apart from that, every time I leave Colombia, I always, it literally takes 2 weeks. Yeah. And Joel's has seen it.
To feel homesick?
Yeah, I'm like, man, I gotta get back there. I just want to go to the airport and see Colombian people in the airport. That's it.
But it's like my little brother. My little brother Josh, you know, he lives in Panama, and there's a lot of benefits as a Canadian or anyone to live in Panama. If you're gonna open a business there, pay zero taxes, personal taxes, blah blah blah. So Panama and a lot of places are tax havens. And somebody said, so why? And Andrews said, why don't we go to Uruguay? I'm like, Uruguay? I don't fucking even know what that is. What's in Uruguay? Is that like some little... Anyways. But I don't want to go... Like it's a very big trade-off, people. Like, if money is the key and you just want to max out on your money, this is not the place to come become your digital nomad that you're living for more than your half the year and stuff like that. For taxes, you'll get screwed. Andrew and I get screwed for taxes here, but I think that a big part of it, more for me than Andrew, is lifestyle. So I give a lot for the lifestyle that we afford, the people that are here, this podcast, all this is going on, more than tax savings. If you're trying to make money and get rich real fast in the next 2 years, don't come to Colombia to save money. You'll pay the government a lot of money. And we pay the government a lot of money. So I hope these motherfuckers will sponsor us one day and, you know, give us some budget for this goddamn podcast.
Sponsored by Colombia.
Yo, we pay, honestly, I
Sponsor.
think we pay more taxes than the whole of fucking Manila. Seriously. I'm telling you, as a foreigner, so you guys want to come here, we're above the line. We pay everything, taxes, Social Security, all that stuff to anybody that works with us. And like here, there's loopholes as a Paisa person, as a Colombian person, that most people here don't pay shit.
True.
If there's anybody, honestly, I call out right now. If there's anybody in a fucking 5-mile fucking radius in this neighborhood that's paid over 100 million pesos in taxes, talk to us. Let's open a Facebook
But that's why we get so.
nobody does
That's
that.
why we get so mad when we walk down the road
True.
over here and
Yeah.
we see the little creek.
Yeah, with
and
garbage
there's
and
fucking
shit just
garbage
thrown over.
everywhere. Where's our fucking $100 million going to? 100 million pesos.
Where's it going?
Like, well, it's not going to fucking pick up the trash here.
But so that's the real deal.
Yeah.
That's the real deal. We talking real. So don't come here, start your business thinking you're gonna get any. Like, listen, go to Panama, go to fucking Mauritius, go to any of those places and vacation in Colombia until you get enough money, because this country will take your money if you're a foreigner. I don't know about a local. I'm only talking about a foreigner. It will.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't agree with that, write us, talk to us about that, and tell us how you're saving
Feel
your money.
free to
'cause we'd like
hate.
But
Right. So
and
I
don't
want
masturbate
to.
because I've been 6 months without that.
Okay.
Cool.
I want to add something to what you guys said, which is true, especially about Medellin. I think I bitched a lot in the other episode, and I stand by it. But that's like 1% of what it really is. You know, in Medellin you will find a lot of things that are not working as they're supposed to be, just like the ones they said, and many more. But of course, you will find a lot of things that will work, and you don't know how. So Medellin is like this lovely woman that gives you what you need, and you don't know what she's giving you, and you want to come back and back for more, right? And these two are hooked in here.
A lovely woman.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you want to come here and find it out, because for me, as a Venezuelan, I'm also foreign, but very like from here too, because I speak the same language. We're pretty much neighbors, and still Medellin gets my heart, and I don't know why. Because
one of your parents are from here, no?
see, but like my feeling is that I'm Venezuelan. I don't feel Paisa. You know what I mean?
That.
So I feel like you, like I'm from a different place, and still I think that Medellin hooked me up. I don't know how, but definitely you have a point. It's like a place where it doesn't matter if you can rant about it, as we did, and you can be a brat about it or whatever, but you will want to come back. So there must be something good here, right?
Can I? We can address one thing, because I know we're coming up to closing, and for those of you that if the ones that reached out to us are watching right now, safety has been a very big concern lately,
Right.
And I think it's valid, you know, because of the stories that I've heard lately. I'm gonna ask both of you first. I'm gonna ask Lita first, because you live right here in this block, and you're a woman, and you're Venezuelan, but you guys are tough, man. You're tough.
Don't fuck with me.
What? How do you feel safe here as a woman, or how do you feel in Medellin?
In Medellin, there are areas where I feel definitely safer.
Where are those?
Envigado, for sure.
You feel safer in Envigado
Sí.
than here where you live in Poblado. Why
Yes.
is that?
Because at night, here you have the nightlife up in La 10, Parquelleras, which is definitely very busy, so you will see people, blah, blah, blah. If you come down, this area, Manila, is a good area, but it's lonely. So you get to feel unsafe, even though if it's not unsafe, but it's very lonely and it's kind of dark. So if you're staying in Manila, it's okay. It's not unsafe, but it's okay if you feel unsafe, right?
And would you tell people to take a cab or walk, or like a woman? A woman.
A
you're talking
woman,
about,
I will tell her to take a cab, to take a taxi because I feel nervous. But
have
maybe
you been threatened here in Manila? Like you felt
No.
like wow, this guy's like weird. Or this
no,
dude.
not really. I just feel that it's too lonely.
It's too lonely. Yeah.
It's too lonely. So maybe, but nothing never had happened to me actually. But I'm a woman, so I have to be over concerned about things.
Yeah.
And if it's too dark and too lonely, I will definitely feel like, I don't know. In Envigado, it's not that lonely and also it's not that dark.
Yeah.
So you naturally feel like it's okay. However, if you're a gringo and you're drunk and you're being stupid, you might get robbed. So
That's a lot against you. Gringo, stupid, drunk, and ugly. Did you say ugly? Because that's fucked up. All right.
but people think that is it unsafe. Sometimes it's not unsafe. Sometimes you're being very reckless. I mean, I don't want to blame it on the victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've heard stories, and it's like, I'm gonna get with the thief on this one. Like you were an easy target. So we need to draw a line on that. It's okay that some places are unsafe. That is for real. But also, if you're being stupid in any place of Latin America, you're an easy target. So let's not blame it on the area. Maybe
Blame it on you.
Blame it on your stupid.
What about you, Andrew? What do you think about honestly we're gonna seriously about safety and stuff because a lot of people reach out. By the way, just background. Andrew's gonna take the answer this, but a lot of people have written and I respond. So if you guys write to the Facebook page and stuff, a lot of times I'm responding and I put my name before it so you can know it's not Andrew and he's not putting his name behind some of the crazy shit I say. But a lot of people have said that I was gonna actually. Some people that watch the podcast, a guy that watched the podcast, hope you're watching right now because you said you would. He said that, I wanted to go to Colombia. I wanted to go to Medellin. And then I watched when you and Andrew talked about scopolamine and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm not sure if I want to go. And people are, so there's pros and cons to this show where some people like, you guys spoke about this. I felt so comfortable. I want to rent a place. I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm going. And there's other people like, you guys fucking freaked me out based on your show. So for you, and I'm not talking about you as Andrew Macia because he's like a big burly looking man. And so, a lot of people would think twice before fucking with him, to be quite honest. So a regular foreigner coming here to Medellin right now after the COVID, they're thinking about coming here. What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, on the scopolamine tip, or scopolamine, or dragon's breath, that has been scopolamina has existed in Colombia for many years, more than 10 years, more than 10
That's
years,
what I used to
maybe 20 years. I remember my parents talking about it when before I even came here when I was a kid in the 90s. So I know that scopolamina has existed here for a long time. And I think now you'll go into a lot of these groups in Facebook of foreigners living here and stuff like that because there's more people living here now, and because of COVID, they had to stay here and made this their home, and they have heard more stories or even experienced those stories that it's more, the stories are more prevalent, but it's always been here. And you're going to get scoped. Yes. If you go get a prostitute on the street, if you go get if you go to one of the prostitute brothels or parties, you're probably asking to get.
However, I heard about a guy today, and I'm not gonna call names, but he's a well-to-be guy. I had breakfast with him today, and we were talking, and he got scoped out on a Tinder date.
Really?
If you're on Tinder and you're going out with girl, okay. If you don't know Colombian culture, let's say you're a gringo or European or whatever, you're not from Colombia, and a beautiful girl hits you up on Tinder. As a Colombian, as someone that
she doesn't hit you up. You swipe. You both like each other.
You both like each other.
Okay.
I've been here 10 years, and I've been here for 10 years, and I can decipher when I see a girl, and I start chatting to her, and she says, "Mor, hola, amor, ¿cómo estás?" Immediately, that's a red flag.
All right. Okay, more red flag.
When someone says "mor,"
is that M-O-R?
M-O-R.
Short for amor.
Okay.
Amor, or immediately when they want to go out and date, like literally go out and go to a date like that same day or that same night or
too enthusiastic.
Like literally, like, hey,
too interested.
¿Cuándo vamos a salir? ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Oh, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Like immediately, and then you ask her, ¿de dónde eres? Es Popular 2, Bello. You're like, okay, She got tattoos on the hands.
That's very specific, Andrew.
Wow.
Manrique Central. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
Tattoo on the legs. Manrique Central me está diciendo amor. Okay.
If it doesn't start with poblado, you ain't dating.
And I could understand a gringo coming here and some girl saying mi amor to him. He's like,
Yeah,
wow,
oh my God, I love her.
I'm chosen.
She loves me.
22
She
years
loves my
old.
smile. You like, motherfucker, you seen me?
She's my new
and
wife.
She's 22 years old, and
he's 86.
and he's 50, and right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Wrong.
you go to Medellin and these girls on Tinder are hitting you up, you're gonna get scoped. You're gonna get robbed.
Let me tell you, you know what I mean? We talk about a lot of crazy shit. We go off the deep end sometimes on this thing. I personally have never been scoped. I hope if I get scoped, it's by it's a great person. And
Do it well.
but like, number one rule, man. And the rules don't apply because tonight I could get scoped. I could go out there, somebody scope me up. Firstly, they're not just blowing a scopolamine in your face at the airport, which I've heard about.
What?
Like, and they take you
No,
out
no,
from
no.
the
Or in
cab
a
and they
taxi.
take you-
No.
Let me tell you something.
It's not
All
happening.
these fucking stories, somebody's like, I just came off the plane from LAX and they
No,
scoped
no,
me
no.
and they took my bags. It does not happen like that, man. Like,
What is this,
I've
Netflix?
never. It's not that, right? Like, and again,
No.
if that happened to you, I apologize because I don't mean to be an ignorant asshole. If you got off the plane from LAX and somebody blew scopolamine in your face and took all your bags, you're an anomaly because that doesn't normally happen. But to be quite honest, you're in a country where right now, if they can steal all your shit, not they, the people that are poor, because Andrew and I hang out, but we work, we volunteer a lot in a lot of the poorer neighborhoods in this city. If you can imagine if somebody took this phone right now, like this phone, this phone, they could literally live for about 4 months.
Yeah, that's
Period.
true. That's true.
Right? And imagine a woman or a girl, in your case, a girl, this beautiful girl that has a 2-year-old that's at home with no fucking food, and you pull up with your iPhone 11, and you're an idiot, like you look or not. You may not even look like an idiot. You may be a great guy, but really she has no emotional commitment to you. She's got to feed her child. So you have to think about situationally where you are right now. This is not Toronto, Scarborough, where I'm from, where you're getting your little government check and stuff. This is like there's no check coming. And I can provide for my child with this for 4 to 5 months. Why wouldn't I? So just think about that for a second. I'm not saying to distrust people when you're here, but if you're an ugly motherfucker at home and you come here and now you're at Sofia Vergara, dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Dead giveaway. Giveaway.
I will tell you that Tinder is definitely not the app where you will get help to fit in for a month or whatever, because it's a dating app. So I've heard this type of stories a lot, and I'm like, where are you looking, people? So that's, for example, why the Show Around app, the one that I use, is so popular right now. Because it's not to date, it's to find someone helps you understand the city. Show Around, the one where I book my tours.
Show Around.
Right,
Okay.
so you can look into the profile of people, and this could be a very good tool if you're actually planning to come here and you want to meet someone, not to date, not to...
But what about to date?
Tinder.
Wait. Let's go back first. So go back. So Show Around, if you're not looking for someone to date.
I mean, you can date that girl if something happens. I'm not saying not, but it's definitely not an app that's advertised to be dating people. It's to help you not be stupid without knowing that you're being stupid. Like someone like me, for example, that you book, or a girl will tell you, hey, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. This area is not safe. This one it is. It's to get help, in that area. But if you're planning to date, for sure, Tinder will be an option. But I wouldn't take it that hard. Just use some common sense. That's it. This is not so, I have to be so scared because then I might get the scopolamine thing or whatever.
The Venezuelans are killing everybody.
Venezuelans are crazy. We are. I want to tell you, we are. That being said, just use some common sense. I worked in a hostel for 2 years. I heard everything. And I don't want to be mean, but I will go with the 90% of the time that people got things bad, they were being stupid. For real. I don't want to sound like...
blaming the victim,
Yeah, no. But, I mean, if you're telling me that you're taking pictures at Prado Centro with your super amazing camera, you're going to get robbed, my friend. You're asking for it. You're in Latin America. Sorry, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So let's not be so nervous about coming here. You just have to be just normal.
Use your common sense.
Yeah, I mean, just also, yeah, of course, do some research and ask people. Go on show around. Ask. You can book people from show around without being here and just asking questions. I get that a lot. And that's it. Relax and please don't be stupid. Don't make yourself an easy target. That would be my advice on safetyness.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself an easy target. You're not an easy target if you're okay. You're an easy target if you're being stupid.
Can I give some advice
stupid.
about safety and confidence? If you've noticed that my self-esteem and everything about me has gone upwards in the last 20 minutes because I'm wearing these red glasses.
It is true. It is very true.
These really help, so maybe you should put these on before you come down
I put some scopolamine on them.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Take my cameras and my microphones.
All right, so
All right,
do we
guys.
have some closing questions?
No.
Anybody in here have any questions that we did not answer? No, cool.
No.
Shoot.
We're out.
Okay, no, I'm good. I hope you guys had fun. And if you want to disclosure something, is that the
I
word?
want to disclosure something.
If you want to tell people something, I don't know, you want to share something, this is the moment. But for me, I've did my homework and I'm fine with it.
I'd like to talk about Help Colombia. Help Colombia is a nonprofit organization that we started.
Right.
We help, right now, we're helping 3 barrios in Colombia. So if you'd like to donate, we can take donations from the United States, from anywhere in the world. And our goal is to help, more than anything, these barrios in Medellin right now, because that's where we live. Moravia, El Botadero, Nuevo Jerusalén, where we not only want to feed them, because I think the feeding frenzy has like kind of gone. We've overcome the feeding
That's basic.
phase.
Yeah, that's basic.
Like,
yeah.
okay, we can get groceries to them, but now we're in the phase where we're helping people get educated.
Okay.
We have a convenio or a partnership with Tigo, and we're helping these people get educated, adults to get educated. And it's very funny, actually, because we have adults that are getting educated that have never had more than a 3rd grade education.
Wow, okay.
To be customer service for Tigo. So you can imagine what that conversation is like.
Which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, telecommunications company in.
Yeah.
And they get paid.
Yeah.
It's a work.
Well, the idea is for us to help them get educated enough to take a training course with this big communication company.
To get a job.
Okay. To get a job. And through the training, our first pilot students have already made sales. But they need obviously help with communication because of the fact that, they only have a 3rd grade education. Mm-hmm. So their writing skills and everything. So if you're a volunteer, if you're a teacher and you want to come down to Colombia, look up Help Colombia. That's our nonprofit. Or if you just want to donate, make sure to look it up. And it's been going amazingly. Like I said, we've worked, 10, 16 hours a day for the last 10, 20 years of our lives. And now we're working less on our business, but more on charity and philanthropy. And obviously the podcast because we get to drink. But
okay.
That's about
How
it.
can people find Help Colombia? Just Help Colombia.
Help Colombia now on Instagram.
Now.
Help Colombia.
Because Help
now.
Colombia was taken by some asshole.
Yeah, and they don't want to sell it to us.
And how can they donate? PayPal?
Either PayPal or send a message, or if you want to volunteer, if you want to go out and do some volunteer work, send a message and we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I agree 100%. A lot of stuff that we do, just to reiterate to people, we don't do this for money. This is our living room. This is where we kick it. We don't give a shit about your money unless it's contributing something positive to Colombia and to this society. We do this because we love the country. We love the city. That's why this foundation, Help Colombia, is very important to us, and we participate very heavily in that. Again, our major focus, for those of you that are interested, because I write this shit, is nutrition, shelter, education, and community. nutrition, shelter, education, and community. And for all these people out there that are from Canada, United States, Europe, and stuff, everybody's like, is it sustainable? Yes, we're moving to sustainability. But before somebody can get educated, before they can care about community or anything, they have to have their square meals per day. They have to have a roof over their heads. And so that's where we're very active, is making sure that, our vision is that everyone here in Colombia, even though I'm not Colombian, I'm an honorary member, is that they have a place to sleep with a roof over their heads, 3 square meals per day, and all of your money goes directly to the people. So if you guys are interested, please reach out to us about that. Please keep spreading positivity here. We talk about our pet peeves and all of this stuff about Colombia and Medellin and stuff, but please, if you're coming here and all you're doing is hating on Colombian people and you have nothing positive to say, I would suggest you stay out of our country and stop taking our jobs.
Amen. Right, so I want to make an announcement. I want to be part of the helping.
You're pregnant.
No, I want to be part of the helping crew of Help Colombia.
All right.
Yeah, you will be. You are part of it now.
Good, because I want to say this. I tried to join to the Cruz Roja.
Yeah, Red Cross.
Red Cross. Super hard to get done, and this is something that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. Do you need help or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So help this type of organizations because it's more direct. That I can tell. As a volunteer that I used to be in Venezuela and I tried to be a volunteer here, I'm not ranting on the Red Cross, whatever. I'm guessing they have their process, but their process is taking more than a year. So,
So if you want to be a volunteer for Help Colombia,
I will.
It's a very easy process. Do you have a pulse? Do you have money?
Volunteer.
Come and volunteer.
do you want to?
And I want to help myself to a shot right now.
Okay.
So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, look up Colombia Podcast, Help Colombia. Make sure to look up Joel Duncan Photography, nudes, and male nudes. Lita Candela.
Lita Candela.
Lucia. Thank you guys for joining
And
us.
thank you, Lita, for being
Oh,
our guest hostess tonight. I forgot.
Thank
We
you,
forgot to
Lita.
say
Very
thank you
welcome.
for stepping up. It's
I'm gonna help
I want to
myself
say it's
to a
very
shot.
hard.
What?
Respect.
You're
respect.
holding an empty cup. All right.
It's very
Cheers.
hard.
Episode number 59. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Have a
Have a
great
great day.
Thanks.